learned in St. Louis how to hustle.
That's right.
We learned how to hustle.
That's right.
Introduce yourself, by the way. You're on camera
Minister
now.
Ira Dickerson. I'm from Ephesians Baptist Church in West Oakland, but originally in East St. Louis.
Minister, I want to get
Nice.
this is like an Oakland legend right here. I just want
West Oakland. And I'm from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. I got family in East St. Louis.
Okay.
The deep part is like all these issues. We know about this in East St. Louis.
Right.
We know about this in Pine Bluff.
Yeah.
The thing that's interesting about these hearings is it's mostly hearings. It's not acting.
Right.
And city council.
That's what Destiny
folks,
was talking about, right?
And we know
There's
what
no
these
action
issues
plan.
have been. We've been over-surveilled by the police department.
Right.
We've allowed our police department to be totally out of control for decades. And then every time some crisis
The writers.
The writers case. Still got folks. Got one guy left, went to Mexico. No justice there. So this is a historical pattern.
Yeah, he came back
Did he
and he
eventually
was
come
acquitted.
back?
He was acquitted because the city ended up settling with them because one case where the guy made a court plea deal was reversed and appealed.
So he came back.
So the city lost money on both hands. The problem is not hearings. The problem is that systemically we have always figured if we hear it out, air it out, we all go get together and say kumbaya. We all still up on the Martin Luther King dream. I'm not knocking Martin Luther King or Malcolm X. The two focuses is that we have to deal with law enforcement on the federal and state level. We can't deal with the mom and pop towns because they take their leadership from that by our absence of enforcement, by our absence of punishment. If I go and rob somebody, I don't care whether it's the county, the city, or the neighbors, I'm going to get punished if I get caught.
Your thought, Greg?
That's right. No, I agree. I think this got to take it up at least at the state level on the role of grand juries and DAs. We know that it's just set up it's structurally not to work. If you've got a police misconduct, a police shooting, the DAs work with the cops on a daily basis. And those district attorneys that are now called on to prosecute those cops, they're basically prosecuting their peers, the people they work with all the time. So I think you at least have the separation of a special prosecutor, a different role for grand juries in this case. We saw it in Ferguson, we see it locally, we saw it in New York with the Eric Garner case. That needs to go up to both the state level and go up to the national.
But I got a question for you, and I'm curious. Why is it that, because you come from East St. Louis, but it's Illinois, but you're close to Missouri, right?
Right.
Why such a large KKK presence over there? Because I wrote a blog post last year.
But Missouri is a
and why doesn't
state.
anyone do anything about it currently? This is 2015.
But you can't do anything about something. We have to first understand controlling the money. At one time during the 60s, during the Civil Rights Movement, from 1967 to 1975, African Americans actually took up 38% of small businesses in this country. We bought from ourselves, we supplied ourselves, and we walked out. Nowadays, we complain that when they stop on the street, it ain't an issue to us until our baby is dead in the street. We're talking about I got to get to my job, I got to still pay my rent, because our focus has become so much systemic is that we're just trying to rob Paul to steal from Peter, hoping that Kevin don't catch us. Now, that might sound poetic, but it ain't about being poetic. It's about realistic. If I don't have any money in my pocket, and if I don't reinvest back into my community 21 times, we got enough athletes who have made billions of dollars, and then you look at them, they lose it stupidly because they don't understand the tax code.
Now, Greg, what do you want to see done in the Oakland context?
Well, in the Oakland context, I think we need to bring more attention to what Judge Henderson has done in terms of reorganizing this department, making sure we got good leadership in that department, and the relationship between and we've been talking about community policing for years, and I don't think we've ever really gotten to the notion of, one, you got to hire more cops from this community. That's a basic. And I know that's hard, because if you've got a felony conviction from your past when you were a teenager or something, it's hard to get past those barriers.
Yeah, but considering some of the guys in the gang control task force, they aren't choir boys either. I'm just saying.
They're not.
You know?
But that's the fundamental thing.
But if you want to limit it and put boots on the ground, the military had a policy is that no man is left behind. The reason why no man is left behind because they got boots on the ground. We ain't talking about statistically riding by hoping that we get some help. When a guy calls out for help in the military, he got help coming. He got technical support. He had visual support, satellite support. And I'm not talking about we got to get so technological. We need to put guys on the street so that the community feel I got support. You want me to go and testify? You want me to go and tell on the drug dealer on the corner? Okay, I tell on him today, but he back out there tomorrow after he posts bail. He can get out quicker than I can. I can go in for domestic violence. I'm in there for 7 days.
Greg,
I'm
gonna give you your last words. I can upload this video right now. Right. New tech.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Well, I think the last word is that the faith community, our education community, our workforce development community, they're all part of this issue too.
Right.
And I think that one thing we haven't dealt with sufficiently at all is the need for jobs for our young people, for proper education for our young people, and that's both a community effort as well as a systems effort. And I just think that this is the moment we need to get ourselves together. And Oakland, we're small enough to do this.
Yeah.
We're not New York City. We're not, LA. Oakland is manageable. And it's always been manageable, yet we haven't had leadership that knows how to take us in the right direction. And that's what we need.
Greg, Minister, thank you.
Thank you.